Yes, Reds, we are back. Big one tonight. Liverpool-Chelsea preview, joined by two of the regulars who are always fucking free. And we've got a fella making his debut, a mate of mine, Mo. How are we, lad?
I'm all good. Excited to make my debut.
Coming on for Red or Alive.
Hopefully I get more than 4 touches.
Oh, mate. What a record that would have been. Fuck, mate. Isak must be going out of his mind. Rick, how are we?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Long time, but we're back, mate. So, yeah, what better to talk about Liverpool and Chelsea?
Yeah, big one, Adam. Big one.
Yeah, big one, mate. I've calmed down now, lads. Calmed down for the week. So, ready to talk about the Reds. I've watched all the stuff like this, today. And I'm ready to get back into it, lads.
Yeah, I needed a few days to calm down. We had a bit of a therapy on Anfield Index last night, Mo, didn't we? You're on mute, lad. You're on mute.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we did actually. It was actually much needed. I felt good after that. I felt, all right, you know what? It's not at the end of the world. But yeah, like Adam said, after Gala, on Gala, I was fuming, and the day after, because I was there as well tonight. So, but now I've calmed down now. I've simmered down, and I'm positive now. I'm back to positive mode.
Well, look, this one fucking in the chat, as you know. Everyone knows this fucker who's usually on the show. He's the agent. But, lads, we're going to give you the therapy, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking, here we go. Well, it's not going to happen with this one. Fucking moaning ass. But anyway, look, you just join us. Smash a like and subscribe. Been a bit difficult few games. So I'll come to you first, Mo. You were at the game the other night. But obviously, I've had my therapy last night, and I also got the biggest therapy from watching Kenny on the overlap. I swear down, mate, I could still listen to him even now. Do you know what I mean? He was unbelievable. And I think he's also kind of just put 2 fingers up to the old media talking shit about Flonny and Wirtz. And obviously, Isak. I don't know why people are even picking on him or not. But yeah, it's... As I said on the show we did last night, Mo, on Anfield Index, you know, some kind of saying bad time for both teams, but I think it's a good time. Liverpool need to make things right, and just right before the international break, don't you think?
100%, and I think it's the perfect opponent as well, because Chelsea will come at us, and we haven't, you could say pretty much bar Newcastle, every other team has played a low block against us this season, and we've tend to struggle against a low block. I don't think Chelsea have the defenders and personally the centre backs are missing to play the low block. But Lavia, they'll have a decent midfield. I'm hearing how come Lavia always plays against us and never plays against anybody else? Like, it's crazy. Like,
must have been wrote in the fucking contract.
Yeah, exactly right. So Lavia, Casado, and Enzo, it looks like their midfield, which is pretty strong. But they've got absentees in the back. I'm sure we'll touch on that in a bit. But yeah, I'm positive. I think they're going to come at us, and I think we always react against big teams. I like to say we always up our game a little bit, raise our game. So hopefully we raise our game and show people what we're really made of.
Yeah, Adam, I was talking just before you popped on with Rick, and I was like, do you know when you play some shithead teams? Because let's face it, that Galatasaray, in my opinion, are fucking crap. And I think they brought us down a notch. Not in parts of it we were better at times, and then sank into that shitness. Same at Palace. Terrible first half. Second half, much better. They're a good side, them, so let's make no mistake about it. We underestimate them because we think it's Crystal Palace, but he's top coach him, let's make no mistake about it, do you know what I mean? But with regards to Liverpool, big players in big games, they tend to shine, and, someone in particular, Florian Wirtz, I can't get over the shit he's had at him.
Oh, it's been over the top, hasn't it? Yeah. It came from a lot of the media though as well. It's a lot of fans. I think a lot of fans are supporting him, but this media are just they pick a player, don't they, every season,
and he's the one now. Yeah.
And he's the one. And then until he does anything, gets his first goal or assist, they're gonna still pick on him. If we're gonna go on there, it's not it. What's been happening is not his fault. It's the system is just not working at the minute for him. But personally, we've got to give him time, haven't we? Got to give him time.
Yeah.
What has it been, 8 games or whatever? And you can see glimpses of him. You see glimpses of him straight away, you know what I mean? So I'm still positive about it. There's little things that I want him to do better in, of course. We can all see that. But all the big uproar this week, Ben, has been mad, hasn't it? Been mad.
It is. Rick, we were touching up on it as well. New players take time to adjust, and I still can't get under, at first, after the 2 games, I was like, right, he needs to go back to the basics. And of course he does. But I think you do a disservice to some of the new players if you just pull them out. Because, I was reminded myself last night, Mo will back me up on it, but you can't really drop them because there's no midweek game afterwards, international breaks and what have you, Rick. So, as Mo and I've just said and Adam said, this is a big game. And I think Liverpool will thrive in this occasion tomorrow, Rick.
Yeah, going to Verts, he could have had 2 assists the other night if Isak obviously got a better shot away. If Conor Bradley's 50p at the end of it, it would have been another assist there. Salah would have got, when he hit the post a few games ago, was it Atletico? Where Verts could have had an assist. Verts also got an assist in the Community Shield, so I don't know where this 007, 008 crap I'm seeing on social media is coming from. And you see the other day, I think someone put, is it Optastat put it out? He's joint top with Grealish on chances created. Yeah, so it's not all down to him why he's having poor games. People obviously ain't taking the chances he's creating. But like Mo said, Chelsea are going to come at us tomorrow, so it's going to open space up for Verts when he gets on the ball. And like I said to you before we come on, I think it's a tactic issue with why Verts is struggling a little bit. At Leverkusen, he had Xhaka and Andrick, who were just sitting there in midfield, didn't move, just sat there. Gravenberch's come out and slot up, saying that he's been told that he's got a free roll a little bit. You got McAllister to get forward, so they're just all taking Verts' space. And I don't think Salah helps Verts, if I'm being honest, in terms of we don't pass him the ball. We know what Mo likes to do, cut inside and either put a cross in or a shot. So, but it's a big game tomorrow. I expect us to. You've got to show a performance tomorrow. Listen, the 2 last performances were abysmal, if I'm being honest. The Galatasaray, the pitch was awful. I'm not just blaming that, but the pitch was shit. We can't play on it. But yeah, some of the big boys need to step up. Obviously, Konate. So it's going to be interesting to see the team selection tomorrow. I know what I'd go with, but we'll see what it is.
Yeah. Mo, you mentioned it before about Chelsea having some players out. I'll go through it for you so you know. Obviously, Colwell's out, Delap, Palmer, the big one in particular. I think he's always had a good game against us. He causes us so many issues. Such a good player for them. Tossing out another defender. Fofana, people can talk about fucking Huerta's price tag and Isak's price tag. That fucking fool cost 80 million quid. Let's just put that out there. And he's been there for fucking ages now. And that Andre Santos. So, the one positive, for Liverpool is the fucking clown and goals back in. That Sanchez, mate. He couldn't catch a cold in the winter. He's fucking garbage, isn't he? But, I mean, they're going to be playing a lot of makeshift players. And the problem is, I couldn't even tell you who plays for Chelsea anymore, mate, because there's about fucking 500 players. And as you say, when you have to make these changes, it's difficult in a big game because you get found out, Mo, don't you? Especially with Liverpool. And I think tomorrow, the best thing Slot can personally do is not to make too many changes from midweek.
Yeah, definitely. Totally agree. Chelsea, I had a little look earlier. They've got this young kid called Achimpong who started the first game of the season, a couple of games of the season for him. And I think Disasi's still there, Axel Disasi or something.
Yeah.
I got a feeling it'll be them 2 in the middle, which is still a makeshift defence. And we should, like I said, with Sanchez behind him, we should be popping shots at him left, right, and centre.
Isak should have a fucking field day out there.
Yeah, the one thing that annoys me with Liverpool at the moment is I think we tried to score a perfect goal all the time and overplay it, where there's been opportunities where we can pop a shot off and we haven't. Now, against Sanchez, he's the perfect keeper to pop shots off because even if he fumbles it, it should be someone following up and tapping it in. So, we shouldn't underestimate them because they've got so many players, like you said. You know, their squad's so deep they can still field a good 11. Like, you know, and what's his name up front? Pedro, is it? Pedro, yeah. You know, I mean, I hope he doesn't. Well, I hope Ibu doesn't engage with a battle with him, because lately Ibu, instead of defending, he wants to battle people, and he hasn't come out. You know, well, to be fair, he handled Oshiman pretty well. I thought on the week.
Yeah.
He won 10 out of 12 duels, and he handled him pretty well. But do you know what I mean? He likes to get into the rough and tough of, you know, for things. I hope he just defends him. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I just generally think we've got better quality than them at the moment. And that should see us through. And with words, I agree with what Ricky says. We need to give him, and Adam, we need to give him time. And the other players around him need to stop him invading his space. Gakpo, for example, he always cuts inside. When he does cut inside, if Ekatike is playing, he drops deep as well. So they'll all drop into that word space. So they need to find a formula for that not to happen. And it will come, because they're all, you know, playing together for the first time, patterns and plays, learning each other's game, and that will come in time.
Yeah, Adam, do you know what? I'm just going to go back to the last two games. I know, because obviously I know the negativity gets to you. You know, sometimes we can all lose our head and whatnot. Still to put you on the spot a bit here.
I'm getting off, lad.
But look, where do you think, you know, make no mistake about it, I think, you know, spoke to you privately, I said, I think he's made a few little mistakes recently, Arnie Slot, which is fine, mate. No one's fucking perfect. But what do you think he needs to just quickly sort out for the benefits of the team? Because this is a big one tomorrow. And if they don't win tomorrow, you know, a draw, you know, you may as well get beat. Do you know, if you're going to draw? Because it does nothing for you in the grand scheme of things in the big games, does it, these draws anymore?
No, I know what you mean. Yeah. First thing first is play players in the proper positions with help. That's the first one, I'd say. Like, it's obviously done well against Arsenal and stuff like that, but he's not right back. Let's just stop that. Frimpong playing right wing the other day. I know people can say he played right wing a lot for Leverkusen. I get all the argument, but he was both to be a right back. So first thing first for me is I wouldn't actually play Frimpong. I'd go back to the Bradley, Canate, Virgil, and even Robbo for Saturday, just to get a bit of familiarity. And I know we keep saying this over the past few weeks, haven't we? Familiarity on the pitch and stuff. And that's why even nothing against Kirkes as well, by the way, because I think he's improved actually since he had that little bit of a bollocking off him, didn't he? But I just think we need Robbo as well on the pitch to a bit of a leader. And maybe Kanate needs someone familiar next to him as well, like on the right hand side. Where he is sort of looking after Szoboszlai, who isn't a right back, and then he's getting a lot of the ball, Kanate as well, and that's where he's been his fuck ups. To be honest with you, when he's on the ball. So first thing first for me is to settle back four, and let's go from there basically on Saturday.
Yeah, you forget how important Andy Robbo is. Mo, that's the same backline you said last night, isn't it? I'm sure.
Yeah, it is.
It's you know.
Right, Mo, lad.
Fucking, you've been chatting fucking all day. But I mean, you know, Rick, we spoke just before. Going to Stamford Bridge is never easy, and we have quite a tough record up there. You know, had some big wins, had some fucking terrible defeats as well. Liverpool are far better than them, Rick, let's make no mistake about it. But, you know, it's games like tomorrow where sometimes actually Andy Robertson coming back in. The only problem is, and it was a comment that was put to us on a show last night, was that, is it viewed upon as dropping Kirkes, etc., if you take him out of the side tomorrow, Rick?
No, I don't think. If a player gets replaced for another player in a left position, it's not being dropped. It's rotating. Like, Liverpool are a big club. You're going to have big players at the club who need game time. You can't play every game in the Premier League at the top level. You can't. Like, the amount of games we have. So bringing Robinson in is a bit of experience. Like you said, we are struggling defensively at the minute. Not purely getting beat by our better players or anything like that. We're making our own mistakes, and we can't recover from our own mistakes in games at the minute. So we're getting punished. So someone like Robertson's experience, leadership, coming next to Van Dijk. Because I also think Van Dijk's also got an eye on Kirkes, trying to make sure he's not out of position, covering him a little bit, like Ibu did with Trent.
Yeah.
It's now Van Dijk potentially doing it with Kirkes a little bit. So if you bring Robertson back in, go Bradley at right. I'm not the biggest fan of Bradley. I don't think he's this level, I'm being honest. But he's who we've got at the minute, him and Frimpong. So I'll bring Bradley back in because obviously Konate's played with him more. And then you just got to build bases. Go back to what worked last season. Like leave Gravenberch where he was good last season. Don't give him that free roll. He don't need. What does Gravenberch need a free roll for? You just paid 100 mil for Florian Wirtz.
Yeah, it's a good.
He's the free roll. Just give him the ball. Just sit there, Gravenberch, so we don't get countered.
You don't need to box the box.
No, I don't need Gravenberch to be scoring worldies and assisting.
Well, that wants to do it as well.
Yeah, like just go back to basics. You two stay there, McAllister and Gravenberch. Let Wirtz do what he wants to do with the ball. But I get where people saying, "Oh, Kirkes is struggling." I don't think he is. I think it's Gakpo. Kirkes probably gets bored of keep running up and down, not expecting the overlap because he's never getting it. Because Gakpo ain't got that in his locker to do an overlap pass.
It's because he doesn't fucking have. It's like he doesn't have a left.
It's because he runs with his head on the floor, cuts inside, he either puts it out for a throw in or he scores a worldie. Gakpo. There's no in between with his shots. So if everyone's fit tomorrow, he comes out the team. Gakpo has to. If you start Kirkes, if you start Robertson, Gakpo's not too bad of a shout because Robertson now don't really bomb forward and look on the overlap. But yeah, I agree. I think we just need to go back to what we know, get a few wins under the belt again, and then potentially go with like through the new signings. Because what made me angry last week wasn't even like the results. It's Arsenal nicking a late winner, knowing we were shit against Palace. Then we lose to Galatasaray. It just builds and builds and builds.
I think that's sent to every fucker into
yeah. But listen, Chelsea is shit. Like they're supposed to be challenging for the league title after the money they spent, but they're not, are they? So I do expect us to put a performance in the game and beat them tomorrow.
Yeah, look, shout out to Blue Chips, just joined us now. It's like, lads, it's a big up end. The balance doesn't look right, but we need to stick with it. Words will come good. We always need it to be patient. It's massive. It's a key point that deep sitters needed in the team. Curtis and grab for me tomorrow. Mo, there's plenty of options. You know, Gary's saying here Rio, but I just think he's trying to. You're gonna fucking put so much pressure on that kid if he's playing against them tomorrow. You know, Stamford Bridge is a difficult one, but as I say, look, patience is a good thing. You know, your patience. You know, you tend to get what you want, and you know the people are writing some of our top quality acquisitions we brought in. You know, like Rick just said, it's like some of the older players are letting some of them down. One in particular, I want to mention it to you. I don't know if you agree. When I look at Konate, for instance, it looks like a player that knows he's one of the more experienced heads and he's trying to show off a bit too much. Do you know what I mean? And that, I feel like it's gone against him. But with regards to tomorrow, you know, you mentioned that midfield. Whoever wins that battle in midfield tomorrow wins the game for me. No passengers. Do you know what I mean? I think one of the best sets of football that I've seen Liverpool with some of the players that are there now was when Klopp brought the four of them in midfield. Do you remember the first goal that Diaz scored? Liverpool carved them open down in the middle of the park with McAllister over the top to like Salah and Szoboszlai. And I just think, don't get me wrong, you know, they're the two players in particular, Caicedo and Lavia, they're top draw players then. And you can't let them grow into a game, can you?
No, and they're defensive-minded players who can play a progressive pass, which people don't realise. Like, you know, they break at play, but they can also move the ball on quickly to the right players. And we seem to not do that play through the lines as much as we should be doing at the moment. So I think the midfield is going to be key tomorrow. Yesterday, I actually said McAllister won't start. Now I'm thinking, and hear me out here. I'm thinking if McAllister's up against his countryman Enzo, it might bring out the game out of him, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking even though everyone I've spoken to, nobody wants McAllister on the other side. His form is
crazy, that isn't it? Crazy.
It's mad because he was our best player last year. But we need to get something has to click. That form has to come back, and maybe putting him against his countryman. That little spice may bring the game
back.
Exactly, so that's my outtake for that. But yeah, I think the midfield is a key battle. Someone said earlier Jones could be a shout, but one thing for sure, Dom has to be in midfield because our press for the last 4 or 5 games has been such a passive press, and if we don't press, the holes they bypass our midfield so easily And so our press has to be on point. For that, we need sort of Dom. So Dom and Grav are nailed on for me, and Wirtz. That's the midfield for me. But I wouldn't be surprised to see McAllister playing because of that. So yeah, that's my view on the midfield.
Do you know what it is, Adam? It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because, let's face it, for me, McAllister's the most technically gifted in that midfield when he's on it. He scores some massive goals. But at the minute, he's just not at the races, and you can't afford to have passengers. And it kills me to say that, because for me, since he's joined the club, lad, he's always, in my choice, he's always been one of the first names nailed on the team sheet, because I love Macca. But I agree with Mo, and I also believe that he's one of Slot's favourite players, so it would not surprise me if he placed him on it. Really wouldn't. But that causes the issue then, isn't it? Who comes out? And I just think, with the way, this is where one of his mistakes have been for me in the last couple of weeks. I don't like the way he's handled Wirtz. And I just think, tomorrow, you're doing him no favours if you pull him out that side, are you?
I reckon he could play him out on the left tomorrow.
Essentially, he's tried it once, and he'll do it again if he has to.
I don't like it. Don't get me wrong. I've said this a few times. I don't really want to put him out left. But if he's going to try and get McAllister in, I think, for at least an hour. And I think Szoboszlai gets in the 10. Well, if you want to call it a 10. So I am expecting the 3 in midfield from last season and Wirtz on the left, mate, tomorrow. And he will play left as well. He won't try this little box midfield thing or whatever, even sides or whatever. Yeah, I think he'll set it up as a winger and cut inside, obviously. Because I'm the same. I'm and ahhing about playing McAllister, mate. Because you want to play him into form, but then you don't want to. He has been shite, hasn't he? So you're a bit like, you can't drop Szoboszlai because he's played so well. But then he's played every game as well, by the way. So you're like, is he running out of legs a little bit? Because he didn't look great. I know he played right back, but he didn't look great the other day at Galatasaray. Yeah. So it is a tough one, and Slot's got a really tough job on his hands at the minute, just by picking a team.
This is it, and Rick, I was saying it last night with the lads on Anfield Index. Mo will agree as well, and I said that usually Liverpool are at the best when you can kind of guess the 11. I couldn't tell you what the 11s are going to be at the minute, which is also not a bad thing because it shows Liverpool have got top quality depth. But sometimes too much change at the beginning can affect you. Now, it's going to be very. See the mid. I can deal with all the other parts, but the midfield is so hard to pick at the minute.
Yeah, because the numbers for midfield we've got Jones, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Endo. So there's plenty of names in there, but I won't be having Wirtz left wing tomorrow. I'll be leaving him. McAllister won't start. McAllister I'll bring on if you're chasing the game a little bit. If you're struggling in the game for creativity, because he ain't been the best. But Szoboszlai in the game tomorrow, getting around, running around Enzo, Casado, and Lavia will be key, because if you give Enzo too much time on the ball, he'll just pick a pass. He'll pick our defence apart with a pass, the way they are at the minute. So Szoboszlai has to be in there. Gravenberch has to be in there. And I'll play Wirtz in front of them too. But I'd tell Gravenberch and just to stay there, don't move. Yeah. You don't need to. We don't need you to go be creative because we've got the players to do that. If Ekitike is fit enough to be on the bench, listen, I always say, if you're fit enough to be on the bench, you're fit enough to start.
Because you could get into the play, you get into that.
So if Ekitike is fit, he's playing left wing. We could blitz Chelsea away with goals just by Ekitike, Isak, and Salah. Our attack can blitz anyone. That's what I'm saying. People saying, we can't defend. It's you score more. We'll score more than you and stuff like that. Well, why not? Have you seen the attack we've got?
The only thing with Ekitike starting tomorrow though with Isak is when Isak needs to come off.
But then you've got fans. You've got fans crying over Chiesa, so bring him on.
No, I know. I just want
this Chiesa fetish. I don't get it. Yeah.
No, but Rick, it's not about a fetish, is it? It's more along the lines of a player that's been fucking. He is right now one of the two forwards who are most informed for Liverpool.
Informed, yeah. He's come off the bench and rescued us a couple of times, hasn't he?
But that says more about the other players than it does him. I don't think he's good enough to be at Liverpool. I've said that since he come in the door. He's not 2021 Chiesa. He's not that £80 million player that was being linked with us. He's not. He'll never be him again.
But you're not fucking gonna get the £100 million player if the.
No, but I'm not saying that. But then I'm not. Well, I'm not asking for Chiesa to be the number 9. Like, that's not him. Like, if you don't start games, you don't start games. It doesn't bother me. Like, he can come on 15, 20 minutes for someone that's obviously tired or not, who's had a bad game. But this whole Chiesa needs to start. No.
Well, you know what? I disagree with you, Rick. You know, I understand what you're saying, but who would you rather pick right now? Gakpo or Chiesa? I know who I'd pick.
Well, I'd rather play Ekitike out there.
Well, I know, yeah, but I think the Ekitike, I would. And he'd be in my starting 11 on the left right now. But the problem
it was going to happen midweek. It was going to happen midweek if Ekitike never went off injured. That was going to happen for the last part of the game.
And then he done that little nice triangle with Wirtz, and that's when Wirtz passed the ball to Isak. Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then he went off.
Well, there's a lot to look forward to, Mo. You know, this team has got so much quality. And I think there's certain games, right, when you've got to let the front line off the leash. And I think tomorrow is the time. I do agree with Rick. If Ekitike is fit to be on the bench, you play him on that left-hand side. Because you know what? You know, can't be protecting it with the fact that there's an international break. You've got one opportunity. Liverpool could start that game tomorrow morning and absolutely fucking blow them away. And if they do that, all that shite that goes away. And they're all like, fuck me, hiding behind the couch. Shit, they're coming out now to play. And it's going to click eventually, Mo, isn't it?
Definitely. And I think every fan wants to see a team with Ekitike, Isak, Wirtz, Salah as playing together longer than 60 minutes, you know? They've already had cameos together, like 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. Give them a full game, man. I think they'll cook. And it'll come. And it's going to be scary when it does come. And like, even on Tuesday, like what I saw from the stands is there was patterns of plays, the intricate passing, and the pattern of play where Flo played in Frimpong. Imagine that was Salah receiving that ball. Do you know what I mean? There's signs there, like Flo can unlock this team, and Isak, when he's fully fit, that, you know, those chances, he's going to bang him in. Like I said, I agree with everyone. If Hugo's fit, he starts on the left because I'm a bit bored of the cutting merchant and spam shotter at the moment. He has to. And that's the worst mistake we've done. Is get rid of Diaz because, you know, last year they chopped and changed and it worked. They both got 15 goal assists and plus each, so it clearly worked. This year he hasn't got that competition. Yes, Rio's there, but Rio's not going to be pushing him week in, week out for games. Rio's going to come in when the games are 2-3-0 up, or when we need a last minute winner, for example. You know, but yeah, I just think Hugo, if he's fit, Hugo starts on the left, Isak in front. If he's not fit, unfortunately, Cutting Merchant starts and Isak up front.
Still a tasty front line, Adam, isn't it? You know, regardless. We know the cut-in fella, fucking, I know he's doing everyone bastard heading at the minute. But look, he's honest. I like Cody. I do like Cody. I just want to get that out there. But he's frustrating. And I can't lie. I said on the Anfield Index last night, I said, it's like we've sold the better winger at the minute. Because I feel like Diaz, right, obviously he had his periods of hot and cold. I get that. Yeah. But the one thing is, lads, he protected that midfield so much, Diaz. And he also helped relieve pressure getting Liverpool up the pitch. You know, when we were under the caution, that's the one thing. That is the downside to Gakpo. He doesn't do that shit. You know, because we're talking of the press, Adam. Luis Diaz was the press man last year with Szoboszlai, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was, yeah. We are missing him, like, we're missing that type of player. Let's put it that way.
That type of player is the best way.
Let's put it that way instead of saying Diaz. We're missing that type of player, really, aren't we? And that's the most disappointing thing. Because you are right, he was the one who got us up the pitch. And there was times in that Galatasaray game, even the Palace game, actually, first half, and you were like, just get up the pitch, boys. Like, we were just kicking it long or whatever. We were just, as you say, we used to pass it out wide to Diaz and he'd get us up the pitch and get a foul. And then that was it. Then we'd push up. And I think that's the most disappointing thing about Gakpo, isn't it? Like, I like Gakpo as well. And I thought, do you know what? This is a big season for him. He's getting the starting 11. He's got to step up. And it looks like he's no confidence. There's zero confidence. Like, he's second guessing his cutting side now as well. He's going to do it, and then he just runs into players, and you're like, fucking hell, mate. Like, and I don't know if he hasn't really done that partnership with Kirkes justice as well. So maybe Robertson coming in and Gakpo going left wing could help. Let's see.
Robbo will not be scared to fucking say to him, "Will you liven up?" Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. Right then, we'll go round the room and let's try and build a team. I'll go one for one. You can give you think. Go on then. We'll go to you first, Rick. Who do you? Obviously, I'm not going to say the goalkeeper. We know. Fucking hell, it's not going to be that Freddie, is it? For fuck's sake. So right back, Rick. Who would you go for?
Conor Bradley.
After you've just fucking slaughtered.
Yeah, but I'm only getting in because I'm only getting with him because Dopey next to him don't seem to have a decent game of ring pong. So I'm going Bradley for a bit of stability. Last season it worked when Trent was out of the team, and to help Konate a little bit, Bradley he's a bit more defensive than ring pong. And we need that away from home.
Yeah, you can't disagree. Mo, who would you go right back?
I go Bradley as well.
Yeah, I'm the same, mate.
I'm going to go against this. I have to because I said a different team yesterday. So I'm going to go Jeremy Frimpong. I think out of the two. No, look, it's probably wrong. Out of the two, I feel like Frimpong's been the better player. I don't know what form Bradley's in. He's caught something with fucking in the fucking water that Konate's been fucking drinking. Do you know what I mean? Because he's fucking become a bit stupid. But I think Szoboszlai, it's going to be interesting what he does with him tomorrow. Because I feel like Arnie Slot prefers Szoboszlai over the two at the minute. So, but I also know he's got to be aware of what that midfield's going to be like if he doesn't play in there as well. Rick, I'm guessing the centre halves, or would you make a change at centre half?
We've got that one, so I'd have to go Konate because I ain't putting Gomez in there because we need Gomez to play a few games this season, not just one. You put him in tomorrow, I guarantee you don't last 35 minutes. So I'd rather, yeah, and surprisingly played the full game and stayed fit. So I'll go Konate Van Dijk. Okay,
Mo, was that the same for you or any change?
Yeah, Konate or Crichton, I call him now off Red Dwarf. He can't score headers from 2 yards out. Crichton and Van Dijk.
Yeah, Adam, I'm guessing yours the same, man.
Yeah, I think, yeah if we had someone, he's a lucky boy, put it that way. Put it that way.
I'll put Con artist. Yeah, up to now, Callum's gone Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk. Now, this is the big one. Mo, I kind of know your team, but obviously our watchers don't know what you'd said. But I'll come to you in a second. Rick, Robbo or Kirkes?
So I've changed my mind in the last 2 minutes.
This is it, lad. This is what this team does to you.
No, because they're gonna play Estavio right wing.
Yeah.
So I don't need to be seeing Robbo get twisted inside out and done for pace. I don't mind seeing Kirkes get twisted inside out, but he's got the recovery pace.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Kirkes based on just to stop the kid.
Still got a booking. You also got a booking in him, lad. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets beat much though, Kirkes. I think
no. I'm
the pace, isn't it?
Yeah, just being a pain, but I don't think he's played bad. It's not really against Kirkes at all. But I'd go Robertson.
Okay. Mo, are you still keeping the Robertson shout, or is Kirkes?
Yeah. Again, purely rotation. Not Kirkes was actually really good against Galatasaray, I thought.
Yeah.
And he's had a couple of good. He's backed it up with a game before that. He was all right, but purely rotation. And to give Gakpo a good telling off, Robbo.
Okay. Well, look, if you just join us, we're just going through the 11 now. Smash a like and subscribe. But also, there's our mate. There's my mate, Slots Baldy Head, happening fella. Look, get your lineups in the comments and also start lining up your score lines as well. So go through them. But then I'm going to come to you first, Rick. Now, I want your midfield three. And are you still sticking with the 4-2-3-1? So the two pivot and the one in front? Because let's face it, I can't see the manager changing that, to be honest. But give me your midfield three.
Gravenberch, Szoboszlai and Wirtz. If I see Curtis Jones start tomorrow, I think I'll lose what hair I do have left. Because
just be like a fucking egg with no beard.
Because him on Tuesday night, I wanted to break my TV. just pass the ball, kid.
I thought he was all right, mate.
Like, just pass the ball, man. Like, there was an instance where he held it on too long, got caught. Lucky, like, he nearly killed Osman. Yeah, he killed Osman in the process. But, I mean, come on, man. You can't be... That's why Verts is struggling as well, because Curtis Jones wants to hold the ball for 80 minutes. Like, nah. Yeah, so Graven Birch and Szoboszlai for me.
Mo, give us your midfield three.
Same as Ricky, Grav, Dom, and Flo.
Yeah. Do you know what? I said that as well, and I stand by that. That's probably the midfield three. Do you know what? He needs to just run with it for a little bit. It's a shame, actually, because I hope it does well tomorrow, and we probably could have done with a couple of games afterwards just to keep it going. Fucking international break always comes at the worst time, I think. Sometimes, I know people say sometimes a good time, but I don't think it is right now. I feel like Liverpool could do with a couple of games just to get some rhythm back in. But Adam, midfield three, any change?
No changes for me. Same. Szoboszlai plays, Gravenberch and Verts. That's what I want him to play. Yeah. What I said before is what I think he'll play. But yeah, I'd say McAllister's just not ready to start.
Not against that midfield, because they are going to be swarming all over our players.
Yeah.
I think with Macca's pace as well, where he's just not with it, they're just going to go for him, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. MK saying here, if Ibu signs a pre-contract with Real Madrid in Jan, would you rather run him into the ground or use him until his max until he leaves, or would you bench him? Mo, I want to put this one to you.
Depends if we sign anyone in January. Like, if Gahey comes in January still, then don't really care what we do with Ibu. I mean, if he signed a pre-contract, then I'd still play him, like, to be fair, because Ibu's still a good defender. We can't, he's still a very, very good defender. The first couple of games of the season, he was rubbish. And then he had a couple of games when he was good. And then last game, he was rubbish again. Like, so he's just hot and cold at the moment, like, Yeah. But if there's rumours that he's going to sign a contract, though, so I don't think, let's just see what happens. But to answer the question, if he signs a pre-contract, then and we get Gay in, then I'll let him sit on the bench. If we don't get Gay in, then I'll play him till he leaves.
Yeah, I think, look, as much as we're fucking pissed off, got to just not take it out on the players anymore and get behind them a notch.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, when Canate's good, he's very, very good. When he's bad, he's terrible. But, at the end of the day, anyone that wears the shirt when they're playing, you've just got to keep with them. We've seen what happens to a player if you go against them. Look at how Nunes' arse fell out. Do you know what I mean? And you don't want a centre-half going fucking madness in the head. Do you know what I mean? That's all Liverpool need is form carrying on. So hopefully he can just kick-start it. But, Rick, give us your front three.
Ekitike, Isak, and Chiesa. No, I'm joking.
Fucking hell, lad. If that was still, lad, I'm just closing the fucking laptop.
So Ekitike, Isak, Salah. You got to bring Salah back in. You can't drop him. I say drop him. You can't leave him on the bench 2 games running.
Yeah. Mo, what would your three be?
My three would be as Ricky's, exactly the same, but slot. He's going to pick Gakpo. Yeah, he's going to pick Gakpo, Isak, and Salah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, Adam. As much as I'd love Ekitike to play, probably not going to. Do you know what? And I do kind of agree. If he plays fucking, I'll be buzzing because you'll see the link up that we want to see. But I also know the managers probably think we could do with something at a later stage in the game.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Like I said before, Isak's only going to last an hour, so Ekitike is going to replace him. Then, if Ekitike starts, then we don't know how fit he is as well. By the way. He won't be able to last 90 minutes then, will he? So then you bring in Chiesa on and Rick might have an heart attack. So and then who else? Oh, Gakpo. Yeah. So I think he's going to play Gakpo, isn't he?
Yeah.
I just wanted to let me just check the dates out the fucking same. So a few minutes ago, about 5 minutes ago, David Ornstein's been speaking on Canate's contract talks. So he said there have been reports that Canate's rejected a new contract. I don't think it's so much of a rejection, maybe more of a stalemate or lack of an agreement, basically. I'm told talks are still active and ongoing, but nothing is close just yet. Suggestions, he's only on 70,000 a week. I'm told it's more than double that. So there we go. He's probably got the insides on it, more so than a lot of other people. I don't think there's anything close, personally. Mo, you mentioned it just before. But I genuinely think right now Liverpool are probably just biding the time like they did with Salah and all that.
Yeah. But the positive out of that is they're talking. A lot of people will read that and lose their head. Oh, get rid of Kanate. He's not signed.
Yeah.
Chill. Negotiations take time. Liverpool don't want to show their hand and say, okay, Kanate, I want 200. Okay, here you go. Here's 200. Everybody else is going to say the same, innit? You got to play the game here, And at the end of the day, Liverpool are running a business as well. You need to understand that, Kanate wants a value what he thinks he's worth. They've got a number what they think he's worth. At some point, they're going to come to an agreement, or it's going to come to an impasse. That's it. Yeah. But the positive is they're talking. It's not like they're not talking. And that's the positive I think everyone should take out of that.
Yeah, you're right, Mo, because even like last season with the free, there was no talk like this, was there, in October of any talks? So take a positive, can't you, that they are talking.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the club won't just be quiet on this one. If he's not fucking signing, they'll tell us straight away. They are not going to be shafted fucking how they think in the media. Do you know the way with Trent's done it? Fucking speaking Spanish and all that. They'll be onto this. They won't fuck around. And I'm sure I can answer this for us, Gay in the summer, 100%. 100%. I can't wait for him to come in. I think he's a proper player. He's going to be a serious player for Liverpool, Mark Gay. And that Real Madrid shit was a load of bollocks. I think they're just trying to wind fucking Liverpool up at the minute. Fucking horrible. And we'll soon see them very soon when we slap them all over fucking Anfield. And no one fella won't turn up, will he? The little shit house. So let's let Kanate think about that. But I'm going to go score predictions of first goal. I'm going to go to our guest first and put him right under fucking pressure.
Very good.
Go on, Mo, give us a score prediction and first goal scorer.
I think we're going to win 2-1. I think we're going to score first as well.
That's key tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it is key. But I think then we're gonna concede. It's gonna get to 1-1, and then we're gonna get a winner. I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna put my balls on the line. I reckon Isak's gonna score first.
Now we're talking, lads. Now we're fucking cooking. Adam, come on.
I'm going clean sheet.
Wow.
Robbo's back on the side.
Yeah.
Clean sheet. 2-0. Florian Wirtz gets his first goal tomorrow.
Nice.
You know what, Rick? I'd love nothing more to see Florian get a goal, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Massively. I hope it does come, or an assist. Either one of them will lift his confidence up, and will maybe shut a few people up in the football world. But I'll go 3-1, and I'm gonna go Gakpo to score first. He's going to cut inside and bang one top bins.
And shut me up, isn't he? Yeah. I'd love nothing more.
Yeah.
There's no one like you, Rick, is there, lad?
Nah.
Fucking hell. Do you know what? Right. I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool, and I think Isak is going to get his fucking first league goal, do you know what I mean, and set him off. But look, we'll wrap it up there. I know the lads has got the Friday nights. They can do whatever they've got to do. Bevies or whatever, it'll just chill and behave. No one fucking behaves on this channel, let me just tell you. So, look, Mo, I want to say thank you very much for coming on, lads.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Lad, you're more than welcome to come on anytime. Adam, thank you as always.
Nice one, boys.
Rick, let's hope for a good review show coming up, lad, because let's fucking face it, it's nothing like when Liverpool don't win, is it?
Yeah, Sunday breakfast show after beating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge will do.
Hopefully. No, it is going to happen, but let's manifest it.
To be honest, look, I've been confident, near enough every game week that we're going to win. But I do feel like Liverpool will turn it down. So it's got to click eventually. So let it be at Stamford Bridge and fucking turn it on the Reds for them, because I can't fucking stand them. They're one of the worst, them. So let's fucking start the weekend good and put the pressure on, because let's face it, I think we're going to be second going into the game, and the Reds now need to step up and show why they're the champions of England and the best team for me. So, look, if you haven't already, smash the like, subscribe. Make sure you follow all the lads as well. There's Mo's Twitter as well on his page, on his camera, as you can see. So, Reds, we'll see you soon. Up the fucking Reds. Come on, the boys.
Fucking Reds.